Canvas Training. Learn and grow.
Filter. Another very important topic we are having in Tableau. So we are going to talk about the other types of filter here, and then how we create those filters, then some top steps we will be doing it. And now we'll be using the parameter for the filters also. So as I told you earlier, parameter is an independent dynamic control, means we can create it and use it anywhere as we are looking for. It's up to us, right? Same thing we'll be doing. So let's just start and see what all things we have here. So these are the major filters we are having, guys. So data source filter, which we have already talked about, this basically ensure that unnecessary data is not coming to your system itself. So if you guys remember, we simply removed one of the region from entering to our dashboard. So if you guys remember, let me show you if we still have that filter applied or we removed it. Yeah, we still have it. Can you see this? We still have it. We have removed, we have excluded south region from here, right? So this is called a data source filter. We applied the data source filter to ensure that the data is not even entering to our front end. That's the benefit of data source filter. Then we have something called a extract filter. The same thing we have done already. Again, extract filter was again the same thing. If we just don't want anything to be included in the extract, we can use that in the extract filter. Then we have something called as context filter, dimension and measure filter. Both are almost same. Like if you are applying the filter on dimension, then it's dimension filter. If you are applying on measure, then it's measure filter. We have quick filter, dependent filter, filter action, and Tableau calculation filters. So these are some of the filters which we are going to talk. Let's start and see one by one. Okay. So now what we are going to do is I'll quickly create another worksheet here and name it filters. Okay, and what I want you to do is, can you guys quickly create a bar chart for subcategory versus sales? Make it first, a bar chart for subcategory versus sales. So you must have done something like this. Subcategory, you might have put it over here, and then sales, you might have been putting over here. So we are having subcategory by sales done for us. Right? Just enable the text so that we'll be having it in the proper format. I can remove this subcategory, right? And I can change this to 1000 so that it's not occupying enough space for us. Okay. Perfect. So now we can see, some of the subcategories like accessories is giving us 140,000 of sales. Appliances is giving 88,000 sales. This binders is giving us 166,000 sales and so on. Okay. Now let's apply a quick filter here. Quick filter is something, let's say we are having a field called as category, right? So in the category field, we have excluded south, but we have east, west, and north. So let's say I don't want to include north again. So what I can do, I can simply drag this category field in the filter self. This is called as quick filter, and I can select what I want here, right? For example, we are having three categories here: technology, office supplies, and furniture. Let's say I don't want furniture over here. I only want technology and office supplies. So I can select technology, office supply, and click OK. You can see some changes in the report and some data have been lowered down. Even some particular fields have been removed. This is called as quick filter, guys. And as we have applied this on the dimension, so this is also called as dimension filter. But as you can see, if you are having something at the right side, I can make it here also. So that's not a concern. You can go to presentation mode and see if you are able to view it or not. We are not able to view it, means user won't be able to see it. So if you want the user to see it, you can right click on it and select show filter. See here. Now user can see it. If you go to presentation mode, now they are having it. And the thing you were saying, like it's not on the right one, so I can drag it and put it here also, right? So it's not to be always at the right one. It can be at the left one also. It can be at the center also. Okay. So that's not a concern, but yeah, it's good to put it at the right side. Cool. So now user can control it how they want. This is called as dimension filter, guys. As we have applied it over the dimension, so it's called a dimension filter. And till the time you will apply it over here, so that will call as quick filter. Okay. So now user wants, they can change it. They don't want technology, they can remove it. They want furniture, they can add it. Right? They want all, they can add it. Okay. Let's do one more thing. Let's add a filter on subcategory again. Let's add a filter for subcategory. So you might have done something like this, right? You might have dragged subcategory. Okay, and all are selected, and you put it okay. Just right click on it and do subcategory. So I'm making category at the top, and that makes sense because first we should have category and then subcategory. Okay. Now one thing I want to show you guys. Let's use this particular sheet and let's drag category here and put subcategory over here. What I want to show you is in furniture category we are having bookcase, chairs, furnishing, and tables. Can you see this? For office supplies, we are having these number of subcategories, and for technology, we are having these many of subcategories. Now let's go back to our original sheet, which is called as filters. And let's say I don't want technology. So if I don't want technology, right? So I should not have these kind of subfilters like accessories, copiers, machine, and phone. But you can still see phones here, accessories over here, right? And others one. Even though we have not selected category as technology, still the subcategory of technologies are coming here in the filter, in the lower filter. So now user will get confused. Even if you will remove phones, nothing will happen on this report because the main category itself is not selected, right? If you select this also, nothing is going to happen in this report. And that's something confusing for the users. So you will have to work on it. How? So you can click on this is called a dependent filter. You can click on the dependent filter and you will get two options here. One option is all values in the database, and second option is only the relevant values. So by default, all values in the database will be selected. You need to make this to only relevant values. What will happen? In that case, if you are just selecting only relevant values, so whatever option you will select in the category field, only the respective subcategory will be shown to you. If I'll click this, you will find phones no longer available. Accessories no longer available, right? If I'll add technology, those options will be available. If I'll remove furniture, subcategory of furniture will no longer be available. If I'll remove office supplies, subcategory of office supplies will no longer be available. Once you are done, give me a report for state-wise profit where I should be able to filter that report on country, state, and city, and make it region also. And the relevant filter should be applied. I'm sure you might have done something like this. There we have state, right? So state might be in the column, and then you are having sales, right? Sales might be over here. So I can make this to entire view, enable the text, make this in 1000. So these are the pre-formatted steps which you have to do it. And in fact, try making it a habit to format the reports. It looks good, pretty easy, readable. I can hide this one, right? And I hope you might have done something like, region and put it over this one. Okay. Now I'm not going to do it. You must have done it. What I want you to do it now is, I want you to read this filter pane. Every time whenever you drag some kind of dimension in the filter cell, you get this kind of pop-up option, right? Now let's understand what are these. Here we are having 4 tabs, guys. Understand this very carefully. A lot of time you will be just working around the filters. So here we are having 4 tabs. We will start with one, which is general. Inside the general, we are having 3 radio buttons over here, right? Let's understand what these radio buttons tells you. So the first radio button is called as select from list. So either you can select this, or all. You can select none, right? Whatever you want. You can make it exclude, means these two will be excluded. Whatever you want, you can play around it, right? So you can just do it okay, and you are done. You can right click on it and select show filter. Okay. Now another thing is, we'll go back to that particular filter again. So I'm just going back to edit filter option. And now what I'll do, let's move to the second one, custom value from list. So what happens, select from list works good. No worries about it. But custom value list is something, whenever you, let's say you have a column with hundreds of records or thousands of records, something like customer name. In that case, you might not be able to select individual records. So in that case, what we do, we try to find the pattern. Like, I don't know what's the exact name, but I know it's starting from T. So I can put T and select enter, right? So it will give me all the details. I don't know what exactly it is, but it's something like EA. So I can enter it and press enter. So it will give me all the options which starts with, which contains EA. Then I can select it, right? And you will find in this section, in this below section, as you can see, currently I'm highlighting it here. You will find selection selected one value. Can you see this, right? So whatever value will be selected, all this value will be coming over here. The filter we are applying on the region section. So this region is coming over here, right? So this information you will be having clearly visible over here. Okay. Now, third option over here is called as use all. Use all means if you don't want any options to be selected, you just want everything, whatever you have in the database, everything should be coming over here. So in that case, what we can do, we can select use all option, right? And it will give me the same thing. If you want, you can flip this chart also, and this chart will be like this, but the earlier one was better, right? So this is a little better. So I will keep this as it is. Okay. Now let's go back to the filter again, guys. Filter is very, very important, so understand this carefully. I wanted you to find the difference between these two. Can you guys find it something like difference between select from list and use all function? So the difference between select from list and use all is, in use all, first of all, you are getting the option to select it. Whatever you want, you can select it. But in the use all section, no matter what option you have, it will be directly selected, right? So that's the very basic thing you are having. The major difference between these two is something like this. Let me show you. Let's say I'm just putting the pen here. Yeah. So let's say you have a field called as category, right? And this category you have A, B, C, D, right? So if you will use select from list option, right? And you have selected all those categories, all these 4 categories will be selected. Now let's say later on next year, your company added another category E. So now if you are using use all option, no, if you are using use all option, this E won't be selected by default. You need to come back to your report, select the category E and publish it again. That's the problem with select from the list option. You need to do that manually. If next year, let's say the category B has been removed, so again you need to come back and remove the unselect the B category from select from list option and publish it again. But if you will use all feature, in that case, if some categories are getting added, it will be automatically added. You don't have to do any manual intervention. If some category is being removed, it will be automatically removed from your dashboard also. You don't have to do any action over there. So that's the major difference between select from list and use all. In one, you have to do the things manually. You have to change the things manually. If something is being added, you have to add it. If something is being removed, you have to remove it. In use all section, that's being done automatically. Let's move to the second filter we are having. For now, I'll use just use all. Second option, that's called as wildcard. How many of you know the wildcard from the SQL Server? The similar to wildcard characters we are having in SQL Server, the same thing we have here in Tableau also. So if you guys remember, we had the wildcard something like either percentage sign or underscore sign. Any idea what's the difference between percentage and underscore wildcard? So percentage is used for any number of characters. So for example, if I am writing something like this, ABC%, it means the string should start with ABC, but after ABC we can have anything. We are not concerned about it. It can have anything, right? So percentage wildcard is for any number of characters, but underscore wildcard is just for the single character. So if I am adding underscore here, so that's for sure that after ABC we just have a single character. If you are having 2 underscore means you are having 2 character after ABC. Percentage means as many as you want. After ABC you can have hundreds of character, no worries. I don't have any concern about it. But if you are sure that after ABC you can have just a single character, you can put it underscore over there. If you have 2 character, 2 underscore, 3 character, 3 underscore. If you think a lot are there, we are not sure how much it will be, then you can simply put the percentage sign over there. So that's the 2 wildcard character we have available in SQL. Okay. Now the wildcard characters are something like starts with. Start with are something like if I want all the names in from the customers who start with John. So what I can do, I can add John percentage. Right, so the name should start with John, but after it can be anything. Then we have something called as end with. End with means I'm sure like what should it end with, but I don't know what at the start it is. For example, I know like it should end with Rick, but I don't know what it is at the start, so I can make percentage start. So that means anything can be at the start. A string should end with Rick. Third is contains. Contains means I don't know how it's getting started, how it's getting in, but it should have something called as ABC. So I can make it how it started means percentage. It should have ABC, and then how it ends with percentage. So percentage ABC percentage means that particular string should contain ABC. End with means percentage Rick. That means at the start it can have anything, but it should end with Rick. And then start with John means John percentage means it should start with John, and after it we can have anything. And then we have something called exact. Exact means equal to. Let's say I want all the names which is John, so I can make this one. So these are the 4 kind of wildcards we have available. Last one is exact, like this is something I'm looking for. The first one is start with, means I'm sure like it start with John, but after it can be anything. Second is percentage Rick, means at the start it can have anything, just end with Rick. And then contains means I am not much concerned about what is at the start, what is at the end, but it should have ABC. So these are the 4 kind of wildcard we are having available. And the same thing we have in Tableau also. If you look into this particular filter pane, it says contains. You can write here. Contains means it should have that particular string anywhere. Start means at the start, end with at the end, and exactly matches already. Cool. Let's move to the next one, which says condition. Condition is, if you are looking for top 10 state based upon the sales or top 10 state based upon the profit, we can do it. For example, here we are having all the state with their sales value. Let's say I want just top 10 states based upon the sales. So what I can do, I can click on this by fill, right? And by sales sum greater than, here we are having a lot of options. So let's say I can make it like greater than 1000. Wildcard means you can make certain conditions. Like I want only those states where my sales are more than 100,000, something like this. I can click on apply and you will see some of the options are no longer valid. As in our report, all are less than it. So we are not getting much changes. Like we are having 7,000 here. I think, yeah, that's the value sales of some, yeah. Or let's make a couple of more and see if it's working. Yeah. Can you see this? We don't have any state with more than this amount of sale. So you are getting 0. Let's try using this one. Yeah, still we don't have. Let's try using 1 million, right? So yeah, we are having these many states which are having more than 100,000 of sales. So 313K, right? So we are having more than 100,000 of sales for these states. You are applying the filter on region. So just make sure that you are not getting confused. Let's change this. Let's change this, guys. Let's work on the state so that we are not getting confused. So what I was doing, state, we can go to condition. I can put it here and I can put it, I want only those states where sales value is greater than 2000. So I can just make it 2000, click on apply. And you can see all those states which have been removed, which were having the sales value less than 2000, right? So you can play around these. You can also play around the minimum and maximum value range. You can click on this load option. So minimum sales value we have is 920, maximum is $457,000, right? So you can even play around these also. And even you can make this the formula, something like, sum of sales should be more than, 5,000, right? So you can just click apply and you will see the changes happening. So if you want to go with the options, you can go with the by fill. If you want to write your own formula, something like calculator fill, you can do this. And the last option we have is called as top. Top means if you want just, I'm just removing all the conditions here. Yeah, we don't have any condition apply. I can click on apply. Yeah. So we have all the states now with the sales, right? Let's say I just want top 10 states by sales. So I can click on this by fill, top 10, right? By sales. Click OK. These are the top 10 states like California, Illinois, Indiana, right? Washington and others, which are the top 10 states based upon the sales. Similarly, if I want top 5 states, I can just make this 5 and click apply. These are the 5 states. If I want bottom 5, so you can see this drop down from between top and bottom. I can select bottom, click apply. So these are the main North Dakota, South Dakota, West Virginia. These are the states with minimum number of sales. So you can play around these filters and can get your result there. For now, I'll just make it none and select use all option here to get it back to the original format. So filter. Yeah. So we are having the proper one. Now what I want you to do is, I want you to give me the top 7 cities where we have provided the maximum discount. Can you guys create a report for top 7 cities where we have provided the maximum discount? You might have done something like this. Let me remove this. And you might have, I told you for city. So let's make this for city. Okay, put it over here. Let's make this here. I can change it a little later. So we have discount here, right? Cool. So discount, I can make the changes like this. Okay, or we are having a lot others. So let's do this one itself and make this at least a bar chart. Okay, you can sort this in descending order so that we know where we have provided maximum discount. So these are the cities where we have provided maximum discount. Now I told you to give me the top 7 cities, right? So what I can do, I can quickly make filter on cities and go to use all here, top by fill, top 10. Instead of 10, I can select 7, right? Discount summation. It's look good. Click OK and you are done, right? So these are the top 7 cities where we have provided the maximum discount, as you can see it over here. Now what I want you to do is, I want to know in Houston, we have provided discount of $143.1, right? I want to know in which category, how much discount we have provided. So can you guys give me a view which will tell me category wise discount in each of these 7 cities? So basically what you can do, I want to be categorized with category, right? So I can drag category and put it in the color cell and see you are done. So we are having these 3 colors available: furniture, technology, and office supplies. Furniture and technology are looking almost similar category. So let's change the color a bit. Go to red color. Now what I can do, I can, let's say I'm going to blue teal, right? So I can make furniture with this color, office supplies with this color, and technology with the darker blue color and see. Getting it? So whenever you have to do something like this, you can just put it in the color itself and you are done. But we are left with something, guys. Here I can see, like in Chicago, we have provided a discount of $32.5 in furniture category. For office supply, it's 75.8, and for technology, it's 12.2. But now we no longer see what is the total discount we have provided in Chicago. Can you see this? We no longer have that. Earlier we had that at the top. Remember something like this? Getting it? Yeah. We no longer have that. So if you want to get that also, we have something called as reference line. So if you want to add the reference line, you can right click on this axis and select add reference line. You will get a pop-up option, guys. And here you want to select few options, like make it line only, right? Okay. And then can you see this? Here we are having three options, like entire table, per pane, and per cell. Entire table means it will go for the entire data. Per pane means, you know, whatever you have available over here, it will work on it. And per cell means for each bar. So I want to get the total summation for each bar. So I'll just select per cell here, right? Now it's giving me what value I want. So I want sum of discount. So it's good. I can keep it. I'll just make it total over here or summation over here. Okay. And then we are having something called a level. Inside that level, I want the actual value. So I'll just select value from this one. And can you see it now? We have started seeing, you know, the total summation. I just make this line as none. Currently you are seeing this line. I just don't want that line, so you can make this none and just click OK. Now we are having this option here. It says for Houston we are having $143.1. For Los Angeles we are having $55.5, and so on. Right? It's showing you at the left, so you may want to make this at the center. So for that you can just right click on it, select format, right? And inside that format, you have an option called as alignment. Just make this alignment as middle one. If you want, you can even make this bold also. I mean, up to you how formatting you are doing. But now it looks pretty better compared to what we had earlier. Agree? So this way we can, you know, even play with filters. Inside that filters, we can play with colors. We can play with the reference lines and so on. Before we close for today, I want to do one more thing. Can you give me top 10 customers who are spending a lot? You must have done something like customer that you have put it the sales. I hope you have taken the sales value, right? And then you might have selected top 10 customers. What I want you to do is, I want you to select the top 15 customer from Chicago city only. Can you change your report to select the top 10 customers from Chicago only? Currently, it might be for all the data, but I want it to be only for Chicago. So let's first try customer name here. Right, so here I'm having the customer name, and let's try putting sales value. Okay, so now we are having, I want to have only those customers who have bought from Chicago. So Chicago is a city, so I need to put, you know, a filter on Chicago. Here I can select Chicago, right, and select it. Once I'll click OK, you will see some changes over here, right? As you can see, some changes have been done. I can put it in the descending order. Now what I want only top 10 customers, right? So I need to put another filter on customer name, which will give me, here I can use all, go to top, by top 10 customer, right? Click OK. So, okay, so it's giving you only top 3 over here, right? But ideally it should give you top 10. So, okay, so we can stop it here, guys. Okay, so it's giving you incorrect result basically. I know why it's giving you. There is something called as LOD expression, level of detail expression. We have basically 3 kind of LOD: fixed LOD, include LOD, and exclude LOD, little advanced topics. So just park this question here, right? And once we're done with LOD function, we'll come back over here again, and then we'll see how we can make this report corrected. So tomorrow we'll be digging little more around the filters, and then we'll talk about a couple of very important things in Tableau, especially from the data perspective, called as joins and unions. If you get some time, just try brushing up your concepts on the join, like inner join, left outer, right outer, full outer join. Okay, bye.
Jan Bass Training. Learn and grow.